Hello and welcome to my first example of Alekhine combinations. This is from a very old game played more than 100 years ago in Moscow in 1907. This is the position after white's knight b1. Alekhine is black, and Alekhine took here on c1. White recaptured, and in this position, black Alekhine has the so-called Rubinstein bishops. Has the bishops on b7 and b6, and I call them Rubinstein bishops because they very much remind me of this the classical game Reeh versus Rubinstein, which you might know. If you don't know it, you should definitely try to search this game and replay it. It's really worth seeing. Rubinstein delivered a brilliant combination there based on these two bishops, b7 and b6. Okay, Alekhine to move here, and particularly this bishop on b6 already has a fine diagonal to g1, and this bishop on b7 is hitting the pawn on e4, and of course also the white king's position behind it. So now the first question is, how did Alekhine improve his bishop on b7? How did he continue here? Rook takes d3, an exchange sacrifice to conquer this point on e4, thus upgrading this bishop on the long diagonal. Very good. Rook takes d3, queen takes d3, and now, of course, knight takes e4 by Alekhine. A new giant has arisen, knight on e4, threatening a deadly fork on f2. White has nothing better than bishop d4, and now Alekhine increased the pressure with queen to d6. White cannot capture, of course, on b6 because his queen is unprotected. So he must play rook to d1. Protecting this bishop, and now you are again to play like Alekhine. What did Alekhine do here? It's a calm move, a quiet move. Maybe not so quiet because it threatens mate. How would you continue here? Queen to d5, again emphasizing the strength of this bishop on b7 and of black's control over the long diagonal. Queen to d5, very well. Queen to d5, Alekhine's move, eyeing the point g2 and threatening to withdraw the knight from e4 to f2, followed by queen takes g2 mate. White has nothing better than queen to e3. And now you have two moves to be considered. Black can either clear the long diagonal immediately, playing knight c3, opening this diagonal and threatening mate on g2 and hitting the rook on d1, or he can simply capture the bishop on d4. Bishop takes d4. These are the two options, knight c3 or bishop takes d4. How would you continue as black here? Bishop takes d4. Congratulations. That was Alekhine's choice, and it's the strongest move in this position, and we shall see why soon. Bishop takes d4, Alekhine's continuation. After queen takes, black checkmates with knight g3, check, followed by queen takes g2. And after rook takes d4, Yeah, you are to deliver the final blow. How did Alekhine regain his material and end up with a 1 position? What did Alekhine play now? Knight g3 check, not knight f2 like in many lines before. Knight to g3, and this shows that the white queen is overloaded, can't keep the rook on d4 protected and defend this mate on g2. White must play queen takes g3, and after queen takes d4, now black is a pawn up, has a giant on b7 and a superbly centralized queen on d4, winning easily. So this knight g3 check crowns Alekhine's combination introduced by the exchange sacrifice on move 21, based upon the two beautiful Rubinstein bishops.